I could just about let this music continue for the next 3.5 minutes, and that would be the sky above your head as compared to yesterday. It would be the same. Yeah, this is seriously, hi everybody, Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. Glad you're here. This is seriously one of the most stable consecutive number of days of energy that I've seen in a long while. Now, yesterday's episode was recorded before the full impact of the full moon on Tuesday, so there were some pretty punchy things in the mundane. I heard from several of you that were really feeling it in the culture, and especially from the culture. And then, of course, there were several big news events that came in late in the day on Tuesday after the full moon had peaked. I guess I felt it too because I tried to get on the road and just couldn't. There were several blocks, so I didn't resist any of them. I just stayed put and went out yesterday instead. But looking at this, and like we always do here, we're dancing between our highest individual timelines and living in and amongst the collective. So I'm hoping for you that you are getting this rest and reprieve. But we have to go back to that week of July 17th, that marker. The sun trining Neptune. Remember the truth, hanging on to the connection above, but also that could, in the mundane, trigger a lot of deception and confusion and off-balanceness. Then the same day, Saturn and Mars were opposite each other. Then the next evening, the sun was opposite Pluto. Then Venus went retrograde the next day, and then the following week, twice, Pluto was directly square to the nodes of the moon. It's not like we just turned the calendar page and got rid of all that energy. Now, here's the kind of cool thing. Let's throw this on the table. That the aspects, remember I said that next week is also going to be almost equally light? Really, the only thing that shows up between now and 2 weeks from now are trines. Now, hold that thought. We're going to circle back to it because I want to give you the one exception is Sunday night, the sun squares Jupiter. That's the sun in hot Leo squaring up to Jupiter in balanced Taurus. So watch anything excessive over the next 4 days, right? There's that disruption to the balance. Well, it could be a bigger excessive disruption. Diffuse and delay. That would be your tactic on that one, right? Just kick it into next week. Not every text and email and phone call has to be answered. But coming up next week, we have Mercury trining Jupiter, the Sun trining Chiron, and the Sun conjoining Venus in retrograde. And then the following week of the 14th, and I was saying things pick up, but they pick up with trines. So one question you could ask is, will the collective pick up on this? Or is that energy from 3 weeks ago still very present and still playing itself out? Riddle me that. Now let's talk about the moon. The moon enters Aries tomorrow night late. It's in Pisces today and tomorrow, so that's great. And when it entered Pisces, it sextiled Pluto, so that's great. Couple of power days spiritually there. But watch when it moves into Aries. So this will be, for most of us, Saturday and Sunday. Heads up through the weekend, because when the moon enters Aries, that one is a square to Pluto. And certainly is one you could feel as well. So this is 4, 5, 6 days here of who your spiritual A-team friends are, right? You know who your team is. You know who your club is. And if you need some folks to help support you, please come over and take a look at either our Discord channel or our Facebook group. And the link to both of those are at the top of the funastrology.com website. Lots of great like-minded folks in there that you can connect with. We'd love to have you. But you need to know who your spiritual team is and then give a lot of space to the folks that are not. Because, speaking of knots, their stomachs might be in a bit of knots right now. And they could look to you for steady guidance and support as you're just sitting over there chilling out, going, 3 weeks of trines? Oh, yeah, baby. Don't you love surfing this stuff? It is so fun. When you know what's going on, you can play with it. All right, so enjoy playing over the weekend. It'll be fun. You guys have a good one. I'll see you back on Monday. We'll be on Level Up Sunday night from the road, so that'll be cool too. All right, you guys have a good one. Love you. Bye-bye.